folks. Welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country, where I react to non-pop country music. And this is in that vein. Traditional country is arguably my favorite subgenre of country. There's bluegrass. There's what I do like Western, I gotta say. There's folk. There's Cajun, red dirt, all that. But Hank Sr., you saw the title. I don't know the song, Cold, Cold Heart. I don't think I know it. I didn't grow up on country. And YouTube makes its suggestions based on your viewing history, as you know. And this came up. I didn't listen to it. I checked my file. I hadn't done this one before. So let's find out what Cold, Cold Heart is about. Here we go. You can already get lost in this song 5 seconds
I
in.
try so hard, my dear, to show that you're my every dream. Yet you're afraid each thing I do is just some evil scheme. A memory from your lonesome past keeps us so far apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart?
Oh, that's
Another
good.
love before my time made your heart sad and blue. And so my heart is paying now for things I didn't do. In anger, unkind words are said that make the teardrops start.
She's got a hangover.
Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? You'll never know how much it hurts to see you sit and cry. You know you need and want my love, yet you're afraid to try.
Yeah.
Why do you run and hide from life? To try it just ain't smart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? There was a time when I believed that you belonged to me. But now I know your heart is shackled to a memory. The more I learn to care for you, the more we drift apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart?
You know, this is brilliant. And I love these time capsules that show that human nature doesn't change. But not only, whoever wrote this had just pinpoint vision. And I've spoken in other songs how I like open-ended songs where so you can put your own life story, sort of insert it, overlay it, drop it into the narrative of the song. Because it's open-ended, you're not restricted in a sense because the exact details don't fit. This is a song where even though there were details, they spoke to one dynamic. She's been hurt, and that has put a fence around her heart, and she can't get close to another person. And he loves her dearly, and she probably loves him dearly, but she just can't get over the fact that something might go wrong again. It sort of made me think of like a magnet, you know, when you put like a strong magnet next to a strong magnet, and it's the same polarity on each side. So like north, north or south, south. You remember from grade school how that works, and they repel each other. It's like, and it just, no matter how close he gets, she just gets further away because she gets more and more afraid that she's going to get hurt again. So it's about risk. life's about risk. That's why I've said many times too, and this is the philosopher and life coach in me. Of course, I can't not see things through this lens. It's just how my brain operates. We put labels to it like philosopher and life coach, but if you don't make peace with death on a certain level with your own mortality, you cannot live a full life. Once you make a certain measure of peace with your own mortality and let it inform subconsciously even the decisions that you make, you can while you're alive, you can live more fully. You can live in greater balance, because the really good ecstatic moments, they're going to get settled down and they'll be gone one day. And the really crappy moments in life, the brutal times, the days, weeks, months, or even years sometimes where life is beating you up, they're also going to come to an end. That knowledge will have an effect on how you process life now. And you can get over prior heartache if you're willing to risk, not recklessly or wantonly, but just acknowledge life is full of risk, but I'm still alive now and I've got to live it. So yes, you might get hurt again, but do you want to live restrained and not engage in what could be a beautiful thing? Because we are wired, human beings, and this is just shown in so many fields of study, if you will, whether it certainly shows up in economics and finance and risk analysis, but in psychology, sociology, in relationships, however you look at it, we are wired for pain avoidance and loss avoidance more than we are for attaining joy or happiness or financial gain. And even when it makes mathematically overwhelming sense to invest in a given thing, let's say, where you might have a 90% chance of doubling your money, but you've got a 10% chance of losing it, it makes complete sense to make that investment. Most people, when they see that they can lose 10%, that there's a 10% chance of losing their investment, will not make that investment because they focus on the idea of what will happen if I lose it. And yet 90% chance of gain, and I'm just picking numbers out of the air. So in relationships, if you've gotten torched once really badly, you will move more cautiously into the next relationship. And that makes complete sense, because you yourself have to take personal inventory to see what it is you sowed into that relationship. Why did, in the case of this song, why did her prior relationship, why did that guy leave? Why did it not work? Why did it hurt you so badly? But what did you do to produce it? And maybe it was mostly his problem. Maybe he cheated, whatever. I mean, relationship, and maybe nobody's fault, and it still hurts you so badly that you don't want to trust again. And I don't say that you should trust again. Sometimes it's better, more comfortable, more peaceful to stay alone if you can handle the loneliness. But in this case, she obviously wanted to engage in a relationship in some way with this guy, so much so that he loves her dearly, but she's not having it. He cannot get close to her. And that is brutal, where love is best experienced in an unfettered way. And I don't mean from minute one. I mean, trust is earned. And once you gain that trust, once you like each other, love each other, believe in each other, have hope for the future, you let go. You do. That's what passion is about. All right, nobody requested this one, so shout out to me on this one. But I'm going to rate this song. Man, did this lyricist hit just truth. And then you put it in the mouth of Hank Sr. Good God. I mean, to me, this song was flawless. This song was a 10. So that's going in the playlist of songs that I rated as a 10. It's my highest rating. So there you go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Man, I got on a tear, huh? And I love getting on a tear. I love it when a song will inspire me, just give me material to work with, because that's the meat of life. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you on another video, and keep rocking the country.